Folks, I just need to say, living with my husband is crazy. You should have saw what we just went through. Anyway, I digress.
Folks, I'm not allowed to ask her any questions, so it's hard to communicate when you can't ask a question.
He asks too many questions.
Okay, so
he just does.
No longer can I ask a question.
He wears me out. Folks, we're going to make some smothered pork chops, and I'm going to just show you some of the ingredients. I did find this recipe on Pinterest, and there's tons of recipes on Pinterest for smothered pork chops. But take a look here. We have some pork chops from Highlands Family Farm. They're here in Conley Springs. They got good meats, and Tony will give you more info about that. You need an onion chopped up, some parsley, some butter, some creamer, chicken broth, flour, and you can just kind of, I messed around with my seasonings, so mix them up a little bit. Here's some garlic. I'm going to try a little bit of mustard because I like that little spice, that ground mustard spice. Paprika just for the look, some salt and pepper, olive oil, and mushrooms. Okay, this is just 2 pork chops we've got here. Just washing them, then we're going to pat them dry, okay? So what you'll want to do, put down here. Folks, he loves to freaking put the camera on me all the time. Don't put that on there, freaking. We can't have that on a video. But right here, we're going to heat our oil, and I don't measure, just heat you up some oil, because we're going to saute the mushroom and the onion. So we're going to wait for the oil to get a little hot, okay? In the meantime, put you some flour in a bowl. That's about a cup of flour, in case you got some folks who want to measure. And put you some garlic powder, about a teaspoon. And I'm putting some ground mustard because I just want that spice of that ground mustard. And some paprika, just for the look, and a little bit of the taste. And salt. And you can salt again later if you need to, if it's not to your liking, and pepper. This is the breading for the pork chops. And so you just mix all that together. Now, I've washed my pork chops and I've got them waiting over here, so let's go take a look. They're washed, they're patted dry. So you're gonna toss them and turn them in the flour. Get them coated really good. Pork chops are one of Tony's favorites. I like pork, it just depends. I kind of have to be in the mood. Another person in our family who loves pork chops is my brother. He loves pork chops. He would probably like this recipe. So you just coat them really well. Of course, you're going to fast forward all that, right? I want them to see you got to get on all the crevices. So you coat them well and set them aside. Let's cook some of these onions. About a half an onion. You don't want a whole big onion. This is just 2 little pork chops. Mushrooms and onion. There we go. We're going to saute these and get back to you. While you're sauteing your other things, your onions and your mushrooms, make you some mashed potatoes. I just bought some from Simply Made. Since it's just the 2 of us, so mashed potatoes, and you can just do your own size that you want. Let me rinse these off. These are some Brussels sprouts. I'll just rinse them off in the bag. Toss that out. That's Clorox in the sink where we washed the pork chops. This is a great little side dish. Is just some Brussels sprouts. Let me show you this really quick. I know it's not the pork chops. You just get you some fresh Brussels sprouts or frozen, thaw them out, cut them in half like that, and lay them on the dish. I'm going to stir this up a little bit and smother them. Let's smother the mushrooms. Keep letting those cook. Let me show you something real quick. So I've chopped in half the Brussels sprouts. Just lay them on the pan. And if you're thinking, oh, I don't like Brussels sprouts, I promise you, you will really like these. Just chop them up, put them in half. I like to turn them the cut side up. And all I put on them, you can put bacon bits or whatever. I just like to put, this is Ken's Steakhouse balsamic with honey. You can make your own balsamic dressing if you like. And I just sprinkle that on top. And I cooked this in a 375 oven for about 15 minutes. And it is absolutely delicious,
Really
folks.
is good, yep.
So we're going to do that. 375 for about 15 minutes while the pork chops are doing their thing. So now we've cooked the mushrooms and the onion. We're just going to put them in the side dish. The same dish we'll probably put our pork chops in here in just a second. Okay, now we've got a little bit of oil in there. We're going to add just a little bit more. This is our olive oil again. I'll let that heat up a little bit. So we've heated our oil here, and we're going to add our pork chops. This is our pork chops. They've been breaded. These are some nice pork chops here. We're just going to saute those for about 3 minutes on each side. So these have been cooking for about 3 minutes on a medium heat. This is just my little Presto skillet. I live off this thing. I love it. But we're just going to turn them and cook them on the other side for about 3 minutes. And look how golden brown that is. Isn't that gorgeous, folks? Okay. So what I've done is I turned them, I actually covered them with the top and turned them and threw the mushrooms and onions back in. And you're going to want your pork to get to about 145 internal temp. And this is getting close. It's got a little bit longer. So you cook them, these are a little bit thicker, so I cooked them a little longer than 3 minutes on each side. So about 9 to 10 minutes. And it's getting pretty close to the 145 temp. So we've got this to about 145 temp. I'm going to take just the pork chops out here. And maybe, yeah, let's go ahead and take the mushrooms out too. I cooked the mushrooms again in the, I just wanted to have that seasoning with the pork chops. So I threw the onions and the mushrooms in, covered them, and I cooked these pork chops about, I don't know, about 9 to 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. You'll be able to judge yours based on when you check the temperature of the pork chop. So we're going to just set that aside, let that rest. Now we're going to add our chicken broth, and that's going to be about a half a cup of that. So we're going to add that to this grease mixture. I'm going to add a little bit of butter. That's my curry butter. And set up a little bit. What you're doing is kind of making like a sauce or a roux. Add that little bit right there. I should have added the flour.
Now that's half and half, right?
Yeah, this is just some creamer. Let me add a little bit of flour. I should have added the flour to the... Folks, I'm doing this backwards. I should have added a little bit of flour to the actual oil first, and then added the liquid mixture, but it's okay. It'll still turn out pretty good. This is just a thickening agent. Flour is. You just get up all those juices that you just cooked in. Stir it all up. And I'm just going to keep stirring that, not stop stirring it. Turn the eye down just a little bit. You just want all that goodness. You don't want to burn it. You just want to simmer it and get up all those juices that you just cooked with. We're going to turn that off because it's done. And this is where actually cooking with a regular pan would be easier. I'm just going to pour that in there. We'll let Tony figure out how he's going to film that. But you pour that on top. Okay. There's your mushrooms. And we're just going to let that rest a little bit. Put you some parsley on top just for some decoration. And we'll show you how this is plated a little bit later, okay? We're going to let that rest a little bit. So what I did was I just sliced it up. You can see how beautiful and white the pork is inside. And you can present it this way for your folks if you like. You've got your gravy on top, your parsley, and here's our cooked Brussels sprouts and our mashed potatoes. We're going to let Tony try it though.
So I'm gonna try a bite of that. I love pork chops, man. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? Hot stick.
Oh, wow. Nikki, you do it every time. So good.
Oh,
yeah.
good?
Of course it's great.
All right, folks, that is smothered pork chops with Brussels sprouts and mashed potatoes, all from, or the pork is from Highland Family.
Yep, Highland Family Farm. In Collins Springs, Valdez, you can get it in Morganton. Go to their website, check it out. Awesome meats.
Hope you enjoyed this recipe.
Thanks for watching, folks.